Welcome to drivenmavens.com. My name is Arvin, and we're going to pick off from where we left off last time, which was this quick post-it note sketch that I did on actually a thumbnail sketch that I did on a post-it. It's getting a little twisted up there with my words. So what we're going to do is just add a little bit more value. All I'm going to do is just use grayscale markers. That's it. And I'm going to start off with a number 3, which is a 30% gray. Unfortunately, these triad markers, I think it's Pantone, they don't sell these anymore. They're by Letraset. And I used to love, I've been using this thing for years, and I'm just amazed at how well it's retained after all these years. It's still working. I'm still able to get so much mileage out of these. I have since bought some of the newer ones out there, and these markers are still one of my favorites. Unfortunately, they don't make, I don't think they make these anymore, or at least they don't make it in the set of 12 anymore. I think they just go down to 5, which is kind of a bummer. But alright, so what I'm going to do, what you're seeing me do is just I'm saturating the post-it note, and don't worry about the backside. You're gonna the ink is going to come right through. But what we want to do is just build up some saturation, get some tones on here. And we're going to just go ahead and fill in the entire post-it note, saturate it completely up. And some of the marker or some of the original pen and ink or the permanent marker is going to blend in. Don't worry about it. Just let all that stuff blend in. It really doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to have light that's going to be coming off of this side. So tones are going to get darker on this side, on the left hand side. So we finished off with a 3. I'm going to just start to build up the tones. So I'm going to go with a 5. So I had the 5. What do I got here? Here we go. We got 5 here. And I'm just bringing in those tones across. Like I said, remember the light is coming off of this side. So this area is going to be, depending if the light is coming at an angle here, then that means this is going to be the brightest spot right there. And then this is going to be bright. So that means everything here is going to be on the shadow side, so we'll be building up those tones and just darkening it up a little bit here on this left hand side. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Then of course this is also going to have some shadow, as you've got this crown or the surface transitioning on the opposite side. That's not going to catch as much light. And then as the light comes through here, I'm just going to add a little bit more tone here. The light's going to be a little bit lighter here because you're going to catch some of this light as this direction. Just think of it this way. You got all this parallel light rays that are coming in through. And later we're going to come back and we'll just add a lot of value in through the shaded area. Last time I just got a I just got a nice little mini setup that allows me to film some of this stuff a little bit quicker, as some of the nicer equipment that I'm using normally just takes up a lot of time and transfer, and I've got something now that's just helping me along with that process. So I can do some quick sort of 5-minute type sketches. And sometimes these 5-minute ones are a lot of value add for you because they're quick and it's doable. You don't have to spend an hour out of your time to try to nail something down. You can do it pretty quick. First time when I did this also, I didn't have a tripod, which is what I have right now, to hold my camera, or I should say smartphone. So it wasn't very even, basically. I wasn't able to hold the paper, and I get comfortable when you draw in one hand and holding it on the other. It's not the most efficient way to go. Alright, so I've got it finished off with an 8 on that side. I'm going to go with another 9. All my grays out here. I got 9. There we go. There we go. Just building up those tones. Building it up. It's actually a lot of fun to do something like this with just post-it notes. I don't know what it is. I've always been fascinated. I've actually had a lot of other posts that I did when Driven Mavens got started. I originally started off with post-it note sketches, and they've always been a lot of fun to experiment with. And I'm thinking of we had somebody online that was mentioning, I think it was one of the YouTube subscribers. I don't mind mentioning his name. I think it's Mad Max, and he mentions putting them on business cards, which is really, to be honest, a great idea. It makes the business cards really interesting and something to kind of look at and remember. You get something like that, it makes it all the more special that you got something that's a little bit unique, and it's got a sketch in the back of it. So something about drawing on something smaller, less conventional than what you would typically see on something else. Alright, so that's it. I've got that. What I'm going to do is just come back in. I've got a gel pen, and I'm just going to start hitting some of these areas. That's going to get the light. And of course I'm just going to add some areas here indicate where you're going to get some highlight, and there. And what this does, it just adds a little bit more of that visual element to it. It just gives it some more visual interest, and it sort of just pops it out. So pretty nice and pretty effective. Not to mention, it's just a really simple thing to do. There you go, and that's it. So hope you enjoyed this one. We will come back again. We'll probably try to experiment with some other different kinds of mediums, but hope you enjoyed this. I know it's kind of a sketch over something that's existing, but hopefully you got something out of this one. So we finished off, the previous video was with the quick pen drawing and permanent marker or permanent pen with a Sharpie. And we've come back in with some grayscale markers and just sort of added a little bit more character to it. So hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you here next time. DrivenMavens.com.